So today I'm going to show you how to join two legs together to form a body. It's not an easy level skill, so it'll usually be found in a pattern that's marked intermediate, but it's certainly not that hard, especially once you see how it's done. So the pattern will instruct you to have one leg finished, and that's this one, and I've fastened it off. And then you'll have a second leg that you're still working on. So you'll notice I haven't fastened it off. This is a very long connected string right there, and that's what we're going to be crocheting with. So first let me move my stitch marker to the last stitch that I've crocheted. Okay, let's have a peeky at the instructions. So it'll say single crochet in each stitch of the leg that you're working on. So it's going to be a little boring to sit here and watch me crochet, but I want to make sure that you see the whole process start to finish. So I'm just going around and single crocheting in every stitch that I've have on this round. So there's nothing fancy going on right now. You could almost pretend it's just adding another round to your leg, which really it is. I should have music on, entertainment music while I crochet. Okay, so I'm getting up, and remember the stitch marker was the reminder of the last stitch of the previous round, okay? So I'm going to single crochet in that stitch, and now I've gone all the way around, okay? Now the instructions say single crochet in each stitch of the first leg, the leg that's been fastened off. So I'll show you a little trick here. I like to, so see here how this has been fastened off? I like to start in the stitch directly next to the one that's been fastened off, and I'll show you why in a minute. But all you're gonna do, I know it seems so awkward, but you're just literally gonna start single crocheting in this next stitch. Watch. It's not attached. I insert my hook, wrap the yarn around, pull it through, and go. So I'm just going to single crochet in each stitch of this second leg. So I know it's hard to believe, it's hard to picture, but I'm really just single crocheting in each stitch of this leg. Okay. This one's going to take the same amount of time. Sorry, just as boring. But I'm going to go around, and then I think even if you're still having trouble picturing how this is working right now, once we start the next round, I think it's going to come together for you. Sometimes picturing it is the hardest part in crochet. So here we go. I missed a stitch. Okay, so I'm getting to the end, and I want to go into this last stitch, the one next to the knot, and you can tell this looks sort of, it looks a little messy, okay? That's how it's supposed to look. So we're going to take our locking stitch marker, and this is important. The end of the round has changed. So I'm going to add this locking stitch marker to the last stitch I've just done. So now we have this thing that looks sort of like a mess, okay? That's what it's supposed to look like. So now the instructions say single crochet in each stitch. And this is exactly what we're going to do. So we look at our piece. This right here has been used up. That's part of the previous round. And we're just going to skip over to the next free available stitch. And we're just going to single crochet around and around. Okay? So we're going to go around, and I'll just pull out my hook to show you sort of a top-down view. You'll go all the way around, and then all the way around. You're treating this figure eight like one big piece, and as you build it up, it's going to come into an oval shape. And just keep in mind that this stitch marker is your end of the round. Okay, so remember earlier I told you that I like to put the knot of the fastened off piece in the center, right? Well, there's a reason for that, and that's because if you skip along in the pattern, it'll say, sorry, just reaching over to get my tapestry needle, it'll say use a scrap of extra yarn to sew up the gap, because a gap does happen when you use this technique. But here's the trick. If you put the knot of the fastened off piece at the join, you can use the tail that's already there to sew up this hole. So you'll just take your tapestry needle. There's no real, precise method. You're just sort of running the two bits together to close up the hole. You'll tie a little knot like this. Okay, and ta-da! So now you have your pieces joined with no hole in the middle, and the rest is just normal regular crocheting. So there you go, you've now joined two legs together to form a body. Not so hard, is it?